May we have the roll call, please?
Mayor Kusamoto?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Murphy?
Here.
Councilmember Turco?
Here.
Councilmember Gross?
Here.
Councilmember Hasselbring?
Here.
Okay, before we start, I'll introduce our staff, which is City Clerk Wendy Quintanar, City Attorney Michael Doubt, and City Manager Brett Plumley. And if you can introduce your staff that's here, I'd appreciate it.
Thank you, Mayor. And we have our Police Chief, Eric Nunez, Development Services Director, Les Johnson, our Finance Director, Maria Luisa Valdez. Ron Noda is our Recreation Manager. We have our Administrative Captain, Sean Conley, and our new Division Chief to introduce to everybody in the community, Ron Roberts.
Ron. Okay, with that, on the agenda is the Pledge of Allegiance.
Sure, and I was scheduled to lead the Pledge of Allegiance, but I'll put Chief Acosta on the spot. Chief Acosta is the Orange County Fire Authority Division Chief. He's retiring, and so we'll put him on the spot to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If you can remain standing for the invocation, please.
Yes. Please join me in praying in your own way. Our Father, we ask your guidance over our city council that we might make sound decisions on behalf of our community. We ask for your grace as we remember victims of violence, including those in New Zealand. And we ask for your protection for our first responders who daily make our community safe. We also ask for your blessings for our men and women in the service, also working to keep us safe. Please heal those that are ill, bless those in need, and guide us all to work in your name. Amen.
Thank you. If the council can join me up front, we do have a presentation. Okay. So if I can have Chief Acosta please join us here. So, you know, I guess when people retire, it's really a great thing. We get to celebrate that, and sort of bittersweet that we get to, you know, see this guy off to enjoy his next career, whatever that's going to be. So with that, we have a few things to present to you. Accommodation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to give this to Council. I'll give you the plaque. Okay. Plaque for the city. And then Councilmember Hasselbrink sits on the OCFA board as the vice chair. Is that the title? And I'm going to have her present from Congressman Lowenthal.
Yeah. So first of all, on a personal level, you know, when I came on council, we had Ken Cruz as our division chief, and he retired, and we're like, wow, they're never going to fill his shoes. He was phenomenal. And then this guy walks in, and he exceeded our expectations, and it's like, Ken who? So just did a great job he was at every community event. He got programs in here for us, smoke detector installations for 300 residents in one of our communities. And just, this was his city, and you felt that. He was very proud of LaSalle, and I know he was very proud of Steel Beach and Westminster. And so we hate to see him go, but we've got huge expectations for Mr. Roberts over there, and retirement is not on the table for at least 10 years. So just set that up front. So, but on behalf of Congressman Lowenthal, we'd like to present you with this accommodation in your many, many years, 29 years in fire service. And we just thank you so much for everything that you've done, and thank you for making our city yours, and just setting a precedence of good fire service in Los Alamitos.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I think you were saying we're looking forward to forgetting him. And then we have someone from Supervisor Steele's office. If you might join us up here, please. Appreciate you being here. Absolutely. Introduce your name.
So my name's Chris Boyle. I'm here on behalf of your Orange County Supervisor, Michelle Steele. Supervisor Steele is a big supporter of first responders in the fire department. The job you do allows the community to exist safely. So we're really grateful for your 29 years of service. I personally can't even imagine that. I'm only 29 years old myself, so that's literally, for me, that is a lifetime of service, so I'm very impressed. So on behalf of Supervisor Steele, thank you again so much for the work you've done. I hope you enjoy retirement, enjoy whatever you do with the rest of your time. So thank you again for making our community a safer place. Here you go.
Photos? So, photos. Want to say anything?
Just thank you. Yeah,
Okay.
Sure. Just want to say thank you very much. I appreciate all the accolades here. It was an honor to serve with this city. This city's very lucky to have Shelley sitting on the board. She's held our feet to the fire for not every dollar, but for every penny, making sure that we spend it properly. And you guys should be proud of that. And then Chief Roberts coming in behind me. He is a very operationally sound individual, but he's also very aware of customer service and how important it is to the city of Los Al. And I look forward to my retirement, and I know you're going to be in great hands. So thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And if I can ask, we're going to take a break here for now. We have cake and refreshments, so please come up and partake of that and celebrate Chief Acosta's many years of service. Thank you.
Got it.
We'll go ahead and go back onto our agenda. The next item up is item 6, oral communication. At this time, any individual in the audience may come forward to speak on any item within the subject matter jurisdiction of the City Council. Remarks are to be limited to not more than 5 minutes per speaker, and if it's something that's on the regular agenda, I'll just ask you to hold comments till then. We can take your comments at that time. So are there any member of the public wishes to speak? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and close public comments. And on to council announcements. Anybody would like to start? Dean, would you like to start? Council announcements?
Thank you. Since our last meeting, I've had kind of a busy period. I attended orientation for the Orange County Sanitation District as Mayor Pro Tem Murphy's alternate. And I'm told he's never missed, so I don't have to do anything. But I'm oriented. I attended the swearing in of Congressman Lou Correa, conducted a tour at the Joint Forces Training Base for the Regional Military Affairs Committee. I attended the unveiling of a stamp honoring jazz dancer Gregory Hines as part of the Black History Month in Orange County. Toured city facilities as part of our capital improvement request, and that was interesting. I attended the opening of the Orange County Clerk Recorder's District Office in Anaheim. I participated in the ribbon cutting for Heroes Barbershop in the Vaughn Center. I also participated in the Cypress Mentorship Breakfast. Attended the Orange County Leaders Prayer Breakfast in Irvine. I've been working on the creation of a scouting explorer post in aviation in Huntington Beach. This is a program for 14 to 20-year-old boys or girls that might have an interest in aviation. If anyone in our area is interested, I'd ask them to please contact me or through the city. It's a venturing program which will offer potential future aviation skills leading to a job as a pilot, mechanic, or other related opportunity. I also attended the groundbreaking for the new Veterans Resource Center at Cypress College. And with that, I'll pass it on.
Thank you. Councilman Pacheco?
Sure. I attended we all attended actually, the special meeting to discuss changes and adjustments to our current budget for 2018 to 2019, including making some budget allocations because of a projected budget surplus for the current fiscal year. We attended, along with Councilmember Hasselbrink and city staff, the budget meeting Budget Standing Committee meeting wherein we discussed the 2019 to 2020 budget, including a projected budget deficit that we're trying and going to try to close. We also addressed future fiscal sustainability and received an overview from the Parks and Recreation Department. I also attended the Glow in the Dark Fun Run and Race on the Base, which were excellent events as usual. The attendees who went really seemed to enjoy themselves, and staff did a great job this year despite some additional challenges. I attended the Americana Awards at Cypress College, during which our own Emil George was honored as our Citizen of the Year. So congratulations to Emil for a great honor, and congratulations to the other award recipients from our other local cities as well. This week I'll be attending the State of the City, and along with Councilmember Gross, we'll be meeting with our Congressman Alan Lowenthal. And I look forward to also attending the Weekend of Art this weekend at the Community Center. Thank you.
Councilmember Hasselbrink?
Excuse me. I attended the Best and Bravest, which is the Orange County Fire Authority's annual celebration, and they honor a number of different firefighters and administrators throughout the agency. I did attend the Americana Awards at the Disneyland Hotel, recognizing Emil George as our Citizen of the Year, and congratulations to all the other 7 awardees from the surrounding cities. This event is always just a class act, and I financially supported it through their silent auction. So that was nice. Mayor Pro Tem Murphy and I attended Seal Beach City Council meeting to recognize Ellery Deaton for her, I believe it was 12 years, 8 on City Council, and then also on the Planning Commission. I attended the Precious Life Gala celebrating their 30 years as the shelter, and then on Saturday also as the Youth Center Gala celebrating their 67 years. So our nonprofits are alive and well and absolutely thriving in our city. This Friday, I have been invited to be the keynote speaker at the 79th Theater Sustainment Command as they celebrate National Women's Month. So I'll be speaking there at a lunch that they're having, and just want to remind everybody about the Weekend of Art, and hopefully our recreation manager will give us a little bit of update on that later on. That's it.
Tim?
Yes, after much grief, innuendo, threats, and whatnot, I did attend the Race on the Base, where I'm happy to report that I finished second, much to everyone's surprise, only seconds behind Mr. Churko, who's 25 years younger than me. And I can safely...
I was waiting for you.
I can safely say, thank you, it was very nice of you. Needed help those last few steps. But I can safely say that I was so far ahead of the other 3 members, they could not see me when I finished. So I was very, very proud of that. Now on to some serious stuff. Congratulations to Emil George. The Americana Awards is really a first-class honor, and he well deserved it. With the mayor, went to a meeting with some of them in Tyler Deep, basically begging for money. I don't know if we had any success, but we tried. And with Shelley, I went to the Seal Beach City Council retirement for Ellery Deaton, which turned into dinner with Supervisor Michelle Steele. Another chance to beg for money. I don't think we did any better at that, but
I did a little better.
We tried. And want to compliment Ron Noda both for the Race on the Base and your wife's work at the Chamber. She does a great job supporting our city early Friday morning. It's early to get up. And for everyone's information, as part of my OCTA membership, I've joined the Regional Highway Committee, and if I can help out in any way there. And finally, I'd like to put in a plug for the Weekend of Art. It's really a cool event if you can come out and see our local artists and support them. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So what I got to do is I was also at the Race on the Base, but I kind of made a mistake on my registration. I did the virtual run, which means I didn't have to run. But I want to give kudos to Councilmember or Mayor Pro Tem Murphy, who
I'll be
actually
doing that next year.
He walked, and kudos to him. So I just got to go over there and hand out awards, so it was kind of nice. I also attended the Americana Awards, as my colleagues had said, and it was a great, wonderful event. And the Precious Life 30-year gala, that was real moving, real touching, and it just kind of it helped me to understand the mission that they're fulfilling and the outreach that they're doing in our community, and just trying to make sure that people in need have alternatives. And then with Assemblyman Tyler Deep, we did meet with him, and it wasn't just begging for money, but also looking for help. I know that Mayor Pro Tem Murphy brought up this whole California Voting Rights Act and the District A and how devastating it appears it's going to be. And there may be a glimmer of hope on that. I did pass some information on to you that there may be some other ways to deal with that, so we'll have to see. And with that, I will turn it over to City Manager for your items.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I want to remind everybody, you mentioned State of the City. That's this Wednesday, March 20th, starting at 11:15, 79th Sustainment Command Post at the Joint Forces Training Base. The mayor will be making a presentation that day. Encourage the entire community to attend. I want to congratulate Robert Acosta, our outgoing retiring fire chief, and introduce our new one, Ron Roberts, at the table here with us. And Robert had he had to go, but he had 29 years of service, and that happens to be my age as well. So I want right?
Yeah, okay.
Nice try.
And Race on the Base, I want to congratulate Ron and Emlyn and your entire team for just fantastic work and all the support from police and public works. So just a great team effort, a fantastic event once again. And thanks to Joint Forces Training Base as well for allowing us to have it on their facility. And I will have Ron Noda give a brief update on Weekend of the Art coming up this weekend. Many people have already entered the contest.
Yes, good evening, Mayor, City Council. Again, thank you. Race on the Base went really well. Again, I want to reiterate what Brett said. Thank you to the Public Works Department. Thank you to the PD Department for all their support, and thank the base as well. But Weekend of Art is here. It's this weekend from Friday at the Community Center from 5 to 8 p.m. and on Saturday from 10 to 8 p.m. We are on pace to have the most art pieces that we ever had. We're going to probably be a little bit over 300 pieces, and we're just super excited about that. We're also having a straw art exhibit, so come on, check that out. It's a really unique exhibit. When they first came to us, I'll be really honest, I thought straw art was like straw hats, but it's much more in-depth than that. So come check that out. They're doing a little exhibit along with the 300 pieces, and then we also have performances, and we also have just workshops for the kids to do to learn how to paint and do other art learning objectives. I just want to remind that we are requesting the presence of City Council. So if you have not RSVP to Supervisor Megan Shimada, please do so. We're requesting council on Friday at 5 p.m. to judge. And then, of course, if you're available, come back on Saturday at 6:30 to present the award winners. Right? And again, we hope the community come. It's a free event. Again, it's held at the Community Center. That's on Oak Street. And again, on Fridays from 5 to 8 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thank you.
Is that it? Okay. Next item we have are warrants. Any questions on, can I have a motion?
I'll move.
Second.
Okay. Roll call vote, please.
Mayor Kusamoto.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Murphy.
Aye.
Councilmember Turco.
Aye.
Councilmember Gross.
Aye.
Councilmember Hasselbring.
Hi.
Okay, next item 10, consent calendar. All consent calendar items may be acted upon on one motion unless a council member requests a separate action on a specific item. Does anybody want to pull anything off of consent?
I'll pull D.
Pulling D. Anything else? Okay, 10D. Is there a motion for the balance?
I'll move the balance.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, D. Do you need a report?
No, I just want to, I mentioned this to Brett, but I just want to make sure that we record that the map on the back, Exhibit 3, we really should clarify what that looks like and where the, I mean, I know it's black and white, so it's a little hard to understand, but if I had trouble understanding it, a jury, whoever looks at it 10 years from now would definitely have problems with that. So if we could just upgrade that to make it more clear, I will move the item.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes 5-0. Thank you very much. So, Brett, is that clear so we can get that? And then could you just
Yeah.
provide it to us in the weekly, just the revised map?
Yes, we can do that.
Appreciate that. Okay. And on to 11, discussion items. And 11A, I guess it goes to City Clerk for a report.
Item 11A is the Southern California Association of Governments 2019 Regional Conference. It is being held this year, May 1st to the 3rd in Desert Springs Resort. Each year, SCAG members are requested to select a delegate and an alternate. The city is currently a member of SCAG, and therefore registration and one night's accommodations are free to the city's voting delegate. To date, Councilmember Gross has expressed an interest in attending, and it would be appropriate for council to appoint a representative now.
So I know we brought this up in the workshop in January, and I would encourage somebody else to go. I've gone for the last, how many years, Wendy? 5? And I do enjoy it. I like going there, but I appreciate Councilmember Gross volunteering. Is there anybody else that had an interest? If not, I think we just, I don't even know, we need a motion? We need a motion?
Motion.
Nominate Dean.
Yes.
Okay, nominate.
Second.
then- Okay, nominate, second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, passes unanimously. Now, I think when the agenda comes out, it'll come back to here, so we might, I guess, Dean, if you can keep an eye out for that. If there's anything that's controversial that you would want some guidance from us, it would be, I think, much appreciated if we give you some input.
You explained that you mainly vote no, so I guess.
I've voted no on a lot of things when I've been there. I'm one of the few no votes on stuff because I didn't think it was good.
Made sure to do that. So.
Okay, fantastic. And then the last item we have on here is 11B, the standing committee update from the Budget Standing Committee. Is that to you, Brett, or?
I will turn it over to the Budget Standing
Okay,
Committee for
all
an
right.
update.
Sure. So we met on the Budget Standing Committee last Monday, I believe it was. We continued to discuss the 10-year sustainability plan and options to close the general fund structural deficit. As you know, and as is in the report, we are facing a significantly perilous financial path should we not find a way to address our structural deficit. So some of the options we discussed were to, of course, increase revenues and reduce expenditures. We, along with the city staff, have developed worksheets to discuss the pros and cons and fiscal and service impacts of every option that we're considering. At the meeting last week, the police department presented several staffing options for us to consider using these worksheets, and the Recreation and Community Services Department made a PowerPoint presentation to discuss current staffing, their programs, options to close the gap, and this included programs that could be considered for reduction or elimination, and the associated fiscal impacts that cutting those programs could have. At the meeting in February, the Development Services Department made a similar presentation that included an overview of their department, staffing levels, potential programs that could be reduced, and the fiscal savings and service impacts associated with those reductions, those potential reductions. We on the Budget Standing Committee will continue to meet with staff and provide updates to the City Council. We're continuing, actually city staff is continuing to put together a PowerPoint presentation that will list all the options for long-term fiscal sustainability. As the members of the council know, this is a work in progress, and we'll continue to work with the city manager, finance director, fiscal sustainability manager, and executive team to develop options and prepare the education points to present to the city council and to the community. And those community meetings with community groups are starting in July. I think that's the plan, at least for now. And again, we'll continue to provide regular updates to the city council and to the community.
Are there any questions? Seeing none, this is just a receive and file, so no other action required. And I think that is basically it then. Oh, and we will not be having closed session, right? So closed session is not on our agenda. Well, we're not planning to go to close for any particular reason. So I think with that, if there's nothing else, we're going to go ahead and adjourn this meeting. So meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Wow.